Hello and welcome to this edition of Meet the Exhibitor for Inter-Airport Europe 2025. Today, I'm joined by Nik Karnik, VP of Global Security Products at Leidos. Nik, hello and welcome to this video.
Hi, and thanks for having me.
So if we can just first cover what motivated Leidos to return to Inter-Airport Europe this year for its 25th anniversary.
Well, being the 25th anniversary is always big for one, not just for Inter Airport, but for the aviation industry as a whole, right? We see Inter Airport as one of those kind of main exchanges of information for the entire industry. We weigh, our investments into these industry events pretty carefully, but Inter Airport's always given us that positive return, interesting collaborative conversations with not just airports, but the industry stakeholders as a whole. So it really does give us that really broad opportunity to kind of engage with everybody.
Okay, and you specialize in security detection technology. So what particular products or solutions are you showcasing at this year's events?
No, thanks for the question. It's important for us to talk about all of Leidos's offerings, right? We have the full complement of security products that an airport would need, as well as kind of the areas that they're looking to expand into and looking for innovative ideas to kind of bring to market. We definitely promote all of our checkpoint screening equipment, whether it's our tray return systems to our checkpoint CT equipment, people screening devices, but also secondary screening. But really, it's all about how that gets interconnected. So we are definitely promoting our open architecture system called ProSite, which takes all of that information and provides it to those airport operators to really make their checkpoint screening equipment more efficient and more capable of what could do now as well as in the future.
Okay. And just looking, we've had these recent cybersecurity incidents at airports across Europe. So it's a real reminder of the ongoing challenges faced by airports. But what is Leidos doing to work with its airport partners to mitigate that risk?
Yeah, no, it's an interesting question, and especially at a time like now, where the threat of cybersecurity or cybersecurity events are real and they're happening today, and it's not something that's likely to go away anytime soon. With airports looking to do more with information and more with data and looking for open architecture environments, that allows for opportunities for these type of kind of threats to be kind of engaged in. I will say Leidos has the capabilities, and we actually work across not just aviation industry, but also defense, intelligence communities, as well as other parts of the government framework. So we have worked into the cybersecurity kind of resiliency and that kind of capabilities to be able to implement in all of our solutions. So we're bringing that to market. We're bringing that to airport environments and really having those conversations about what is it that our customers are looking to do with their data, but also how do we protect it on the back end as well.
Yeah, and that word resilience is a key one for the aviation sector, isn't it? But are there other pain points or challenges that you're facing, and how do events like Inter-Airport help you address those challenges?
We're always kind of engaging with the industry partners that are out there, not just airports, but also the industry stakeholders as a whole, right? And seeing what they're looking to do and what their challenges are, is really deciding where our future is going to be, right? It's determining what's coming next. Whenever we're looking at security, it's not what it is today. It is really looking at what the threats are for tomorrow, but also how do we make sure that we're not just looking for, roadblocks and kind of how do we keep everything safe, which we are, but also how do we keep the field of aviation operations moving, right? It's too easy to just say stop and let's just focus on, shutting everything down, but it's really about how do we keep the passengers moving from one place to another, but doing it in a safe manner. So when we're looking at challenges in airports, definitely helping with that kind of conversation and where do we look for next?
Yeah, and that leads me nicely into the final question, Nik. The airport of the future will be a big focus at the show this year. So, what do you envisage for the airport of the future, and how is Leidos working to meet that vision?
Yeah, if I look at what Leidos is doing and everything regarding, big data, AI, how do we take that and do that in a responsible manner, right? And that is what, from what everybody's talking about, what the airport of the future really is, right? How do you do more with what we have? Because infrastructure is just not going to be available to us to have bigger, more places, more people to do everything that we need to do. But how do we do things efficiently? And so, Inner Airport gives us that opportunity to really drive that message home, but also look at what we can do for the future as well.
Fantastic, Nik. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in Munich next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.